Hello, good people. What's up? I hope everybody's doing fine. So, today, this being my first YouTube video, I want to go direct and talk about something that people have not been talking about, and maybe it's the highest time we start looking at things from a very different angle. Now, for this video, I want us to talk about a village that everybody is talking about. There's a lot of crazy things going on, but at the same time, there's a lot of positive things going on. And I want us for this video, I want us to focus on the positive side of the things. Now, in Yabohanse, we have the likes of David Jr. and the whole family. We have the Marwa, the firstborn of YouTube in that village. We have Dimwango, and we have Congrats Mom, all these people in YouTube. Now, the sad story is that this is a bittersweet story when you're talking about that village, because we have people who are positively geared towards helping the community, and we have people who are negatively geared towards destroying what they've already created. However, people have different opinions, and I also have mine, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. So, and for this video, I particularly want to focus on this guy called David Jr. I don't know why anyone would hate on this guy. He's a human being, is not perfect. I'm not trying to say like he's perfect, but I want us to think about something about this guy that's really, really impressing me. Um, this guy is perhaps one of the most hardworking YouTubers, if not in Africa, actually, I would say globally. Forget about the views, forget about the number of subscribers. We are talking about basic hard work and using logic. If you think about it, look at the number of uploads this guy is having per day. As I'm speaking, for the last 7 days, this guy is uploading 4 YouTube videos in one day. 4 YouTube videos in one day. And each is going for around 1 hour, which means this guy is dedicating his time in making content after content after content. Now, why would somebody hate on this guy? He's not even married, first of all, but then he's putting in work. This young man who has already cracked the code, while the lazy gang has to wait for this guy and his family members to upload YouTube videos, this is a young man who has already figured out on how to make it on YouTube. This is a guy who is already figured out, like, in future, what if this YouTube doesn't work? What if this big bubble of YouTube crashes? What's going to happen? Where is he going to be? And so this is a guy who's decided, I'm going to put in the work. Whether the haters keep on talking, whether they're talking or they're not talking, I'm going to put in the work. And now I want us to look. This guy is having for the last 7 days, as of making this video, for the last 7 days, this guy has had 32 YouTube videos, and each video is going for a period of at 1 hour and some minutes. And now this is what I want us to think about. Now, David Jr. has already cracked the code, and this is how I want you to, I would like you to say it. There's a lot of content that is being made in that village. And I was reading somewhere and somebody said, like, that village is giving us a Netflix. People are hungry. People are yearning for the content from that village. And we know, of course, drama is good, because people love drama, and people want to watch content that's full of drama. So we have the lazy gang, and we have the hardworking young men and women of that village, like the likes of Priska Sagati. We have the likes of David Jr., the main topic of this video. And they already know that at this particular moment, we have a ready market that's ready to consume the content. So what are they doing? A guy like David Jr. has decided, you know what? I'm going to milk it. and I'm going to do some clean content. So he wakes up in the morning, does his business, focuses on what he wants to do, and he goes for it. And guess what? 4 videos per day on YouTube. That's no joke. If we were to compare David Jr. and some of the other big YouTubers that are known in Africa, somebody like Wodemaya. Now, the last video Wodemaya released was, I think, earlier this week, and it clocked about, if I'm not wrong, I'm not so sure, but I think it has about 500,000 views. He's a big YouTuber. He has got, I think, 1.9 million subscribers. Now, David Jr. has less than 80k, or rather 80k, has less than 85k subscribers on YouTube. So what is his niche? This guy, the one thing that's going to help him is on high rate of production of YouTube videos. This guy want to produce as much as 4 YouTube videos per day. And the reason as to why I'm saying this could be one of the biggest YouTubers here in Africa is because he has already mastered the art of production. This guy has already hacked YouTube. I mean, he knows what he's doing. So he understands that there's already market for consumption in Africa and outside of Africa. There are people who are ready to watch his content. The other thing, he has loyal fan base. And the reason as to why I'm saying he has a loyal fan base is because I did analyze his viewership. So one video is probably getting the list is probably 10k views, and the maximum is at the 16k views. So the average, I would call it 13k views per day per video. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. And I'll show you how this guy would be even making more money compared to other big YouTubers. Because when you look at cost of production, if you do economics, you understand that profit, profit is what you get once you take the cost of production, all the logistics and everything else, then you minus from the capital you've gotten from that production. Now for David Jr., like we've said, he has an average views of 13k. So that means if you take 13k views, you multiply by 4, and then you multiply by 7, you're getting probably roughly 416,000 views per week. Now, if you take 416,000 views per week, that's a big number. That's a guy who is going to pocket something. Now, for the lazy gang and everybody who else is watching, there's something we can learn from this young man. Hard work, consistency, and then view haters as lovers in disguise. Everybody who's hating on David Jr. is just a lover in disguise. At the end of the day, they're still going to watch his content. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, they're going to watch his content. David Jr. is an example for every young man in that village, and not only that village, in this country, or rather in Africa, that if you get consistent with your content, probably something is going to come out of it. And he's proving it, that if you're consistent with your content, it's going to pay. And I just wish him quick recovery. I noted that yesterday he was not feeling well when he had gone to visit the dancing grandma. He had some issue with his body. So I hope David Jr. are going to get well. If you need to, take some break. I mean, you've really helped other people. So if need be, you can also take a break for yourself. You're also a human being. Take a break. YouTube is not going anywhere. You still continue uploading. Hmm? You can even delegate that duty to somebody else. You have loyal friends who have proven they can work closely with you. We have the likes of uh this guy who works with Mike Kizo, Enzi, something like that. They are guys, they're just humble guys who can easily come and help where need be. Now, while still at it, let's look at something most of us never think about when it comes to consistency and production of YouTube videos, and why David Jr. is very, very successful at it. You do realize that David Jr.'s input is almost zero. Well, it's not zero because there's a lot of time consumed. He has to he has to travel. As much as his traveling is just revolving around the village, the cost of production is almost, and I'm saying almost zero. Why am I saying this? Now, I want us to compare the traditional mass media platforms to how David Jr. does it. Think about a popular TV or radio station that you know. These guys, when they're going to get content or when they're going to search for content, think about everything that is involved. And I would ask you to go and check a program called 20 on NTV, Nation NTV here in Kenya. Go and look for a program called 20. So in 20, these people they travel. It's a tour thing. So they travel around the country trying to showcase tourism sites and scenery features of this country. And think about the production. Think about the amount of money that is involved in production of that TV program. So basically, you're gonna need logistics. We have the cars, the fueling of the cars. You have to pay the drivers. You have to pay the producers. You have to pay the cameramen. We have hotels. The Nation Media Group has to pay for hotels. They have to prepare in advance for the visits. And mark you, the content they're going to get, it might not even get the viewership as they expected. Now compare such a program to what David Jr. does. David Jr., all he needs to do is wake up, take breakfast, and then he goes to the field. He reports to work. So apparently where does he report to work? The Dancing Grandma project. And that's the other thing. Since this project is being supported mainly by donors, all these donors would want to see the progress of the project. So initially, David Jr. would just go there, film everything. The donors are impressed. Fine. We want this. They trust him. And it's a 50-50. It's a 50-50 situation. I don't know why people complain that, oh, David Jr. is using these people for content. What do you mean by that? You guys are also making content. You're also using David Jr. to make content. I'm also using him because I'm talking about him. It's a win-win situation. The problem is most of these people are so negative. They're so negative. They don't want to work hard and they just want to distract him. The good thing is that this guy is not being distracted. He's working. And the other positive thing about you guys fighting him, the lazy gang fighting him is the more you fight him, the more you are giving him, the more you are fueling him, the more you are adding fuel to the fire, the more you are making it possible for him to achieve what he wants to achieve. You're also helping him to learn because I've seen him saying no, no, no. People are coming to him for help and he's saying, okay, I'll just put you on the video. If there's somebody outside there who might want to help you, fine. If there isn't, fine. He's at a situation where he's no longer going to stress about it. He would have wanted to help, but he has also learned trying to help most of these people is almost impossible. You put a lot of effort trying to help these people, but at the end of the day, what do? They do what the Matiko has done. They do what Moremi has done. And by the way, on that issue of Matiko and Moremi, David Jr., congratulations. We are in 21st century. We do not condone gender-based violence. I don't care what anybody else says. I know in some of these cultures, there's a possibility that people are just used to beating up their wives. That's bullshit. We're in 21st century. Hell no. Why would you be beating up your wife? There's an option for divorce. You can tell her, you know what? If this thing is not working, back, leave. We can figure out how we are going to take care of these kids. Because again, if you separate and you have a child, like in the Moremi situation or in the Matiko situation, now here, a child is involved. There's no way a child can be neglected. And speaking of neglecting children, I'm really, really impressed by Mayugno. Mayugno is working on a way to bring her daughter back. Now that God has blessed him, he's working on a way to bring his daughter back. And I also love the fact that Mayugno stated in one of the videos he did yesterday that he's also working in a way to help his baby mama to start a business because he does not want a situation where his child is not connected to his baby mom. So they are working it out to see what they can do. And that's why I'm so happy with these guys. I'm impressed by them. I'm really impressed by what they're doing. And haters will come and hate. But guess what, haters? You don't want Africans to develop. They will. I'm really proud of what those guys are doing. More so, I am Marwa. What you've been doing, congratulations. You're not perfect. You have your weaknesses. I do see it. But that's not the point. Those who are focusing on your negatives, let them focus on your negatives. Me, I'm going to focus on your positives because there are people who are already focusing on your weaknesses. So let me just focus on your strength. I am Marwa. What you've done in that village is very, very commendable. And I hope God is going to see you through. You may be having internal fights within yourself, but may God help you through. That's all I can pray for you. Anyway, let's go back to where we were. We were talking about David Jr. So this young man, and trust you me, you're going to see him achieve even more. Because he's doing what other people are not willing to do. And then he has already identified a niche that favors him. He's not trying to be like somebody else. He has already identified a niche that favors him. And then he has also figured out, you know what? I'm going to produce. And even the Bible says, a little sleep, a little slumber, and poverty will strike. So what makes me happy is understanding that this guy knows there's no any other way I'm going to make it apart from working hard. So for you, David Jr., I wish you all the best. And may God grant you all the wishes of your heart, you and your family. And you have to keep on fighting, even though the haters don't want to see you succeed. And the other thing is, I love the fact that when these people fight you, when these people cross the boundaries, you're ready to act, yes. Go and report these idiots. Guys who are not willing to see you succeed. And by the way, you need to take any kind of threat very, very seriously. I saw the Matikos family trying to put some threats on you. I mean, the Moremis family, sorry, trying to threaten you. If it goes to that level, the good thing is that we have the videos, we've been watching all this content, and there is evidence of them threatening you. So if there's need to report that, you go ahead and report it. People have seen it, people see it all the time, and people are backing you up. You have a lot of people who are backing you up, and you know it. There are people who are there for you. Do not be scared. Hmm? Some of these people do not even need second chances. I mean, you've already seen what they can do. They don't, you put in a lot of effort to help them. You showcase them so that people can help them, but in return, that's what you get. If anybody threatens you, I mean, it's the highest time. I would highly recommend that you report them. And with that, guys, I hope you're enjoying this content, these reaction videos. This is my first video actually. And with that, please hit the subscription button, hit the notification button, and like and share if you like this content. With that, I wish you all the best and have a lovely day.